guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a fun, spooky pick a card reading. What do you fear? Woo! So, of course I had to get out my little Halloween decorations. I had to bust out the candy corn for you guys. Actually, this is the mini candy corn and chocolate peanuts by Brock's. So, got this at Target. As I was picking up some more Halloween decorations for my classroom and for my house. Okay, so this is about what do you fear? What do you fear the most? It doesn't necessarily mean spiders and ghouls and things that go bump in the night, but it could be things in our everyday lives that maybe we don't acknowledge, or maybe we subconsciously know that these are things that we fear, so we steer clear of them or situations that might put us in that place. So the cards that I'm using for this reading are the Zombie Tarot. I am using the Dark Mansion Tarot, and I am using the Extraordinary Tarot, which is in here. There you go. The Extraordinary Oracle. I'm sorry. Okay, so that is in there, and then I'm going to pull some clarifier cards actually from this deck, which is the Green Witch Tarot. So for each of the piles, we'll identify what it is that you fear most, but then we'll try to figure out a way to overcome that or redirect our energy or our focus. So I always try to do some positives in my readings. Okay, so take a deep breath in and center your spooky self, and go to the pile that you are most drawn to, or maybe it's multiple piles. Maybe you like pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, or pile number 4. Maybe you want to hear all of the piles, and that's fine too. I will put the timestamps in the information box down below, but I will also put them in the comments for my mobile users. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Don't forget, if you would like to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. This is very general, so remember, take what resonates and leave the rest. It can't be 100%, for every single person that watches, because there are a lot of people that watch the videos. So if you want to send a little love my way and you want to see me do other types of videos, or you want to see me do more for you guys or other things, then maybe head over to that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot, where I have a lot of goodies, free weekly goodies, and monthly goodies, and yearly goodies, and bi-yearly goodies, and all of that. But I am actually getting hungry looking at this candy corn, so let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Right, pile number 1, we have this awesome little candy corn here. I don't know, maybe I'll eat that later. We'll see. Okay, so pile number 1, what is it that you fear? What do you fear? What do you fear the most? Let's take a look at what the cards have to say. We have a couple of cups cards here. So we have the 4 of cups and we have the Queen of Cups. So let's put these down. And then we have the lonely sock at the bottom of the hamper. That's interesting. And then we have kind of like the separation of our paper, glass, plastic, for our recycling and for the trash. Interesting, so like organization. And then we have the Cups card again. We have the 4 of Cups again. So this is something we really have to pay attention to. So that's the 4 of Cups in 2 different decks. That's interesting. And then we have 1 Swords card. Hold on, let's see if you guys can see. Okay, so yes, the 6 of Swords. All right, so let me see what I'm... Oh. All right, I get it. I think it's pretty clear, and I think those of you that are watching kind of might be getting that too. But it's the feeling of being left behind, of being unwanted. And I think that's a fear it's in all of us. As human beings, the worst rejection of all is rejection from humanity, rejection from others, from our other people, from friends, from lovers. The greatest fear here is rejection, loud and clear. So definitely with the 4 of Cups, just the ho hum, people being really unenthused with our presence, you know, and the Queen of Cups here being a representation of you, you know, a very feeling person. And because you may be probably very empathic, you may feel quite a bit that whenever, you know, even you could have like 100 people who love you and like you, and then there's that one person who just puts a crinkle in your day, you know, just crunks it. You know, they walk by and they just decide they don't like you for whatever reason. They don't like your vibe. They don't, you know, like what you do. Maybe they just don't, you know, they just don't like how you look or something like that. And that hurts you deeply. You know, it cuts kind of like a knife, kind of like a sword over here, you know, so that when people move on and they move away and they are disinterested, it makes you feel like this lonely sock without a partner, you know, down at the bottom of this hamper here. And with this card is in your mind, kind of like how you'd like to see things is everybody's together and has a purpose, has a place, you know. And so to feel rejection, like I said, you may not feel rejected by everybody. Obviously, there are people that, you know, love and care for us, but, you know, we tend to hyper focus on the ones that don't love and care for us, you know. And so then that tends to question, you know, what's our place in things, you know, what's my place in this world as a man or a woman, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to being loved, you know, things like that, when it comes to self-care, self-love, if it's difficult to get it from those that I wish I could get it from. Okay, so we have successfully figured out what it is that you fear most. So now, to do a little bit more uplifting reading, we're going to pull from the Green Witch Tarot, and we're going to figure out how can we redirect your energy, how to redirect your focus for something a little more positive. So how can we maybe overcome this? Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple of cards, actually. We have the Three of Athames, which is like swords, and then we have the Horned God. You know what? For you guys, I'm going to pull one more. Which this would be like the Emperor card. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so redirecting our focus. Okay, again, if you guys have comments or questions, you know, and maybe you guys get this like faster than I do as I'm looking at these cards, but what I'm seeing now that I have these three cards together, is that when you feel this this mental conflict, you know, because swords is mental, even though usually you see like a heart with the swords in it. So it could be both, you know, the head and the heart, feeling that rejection, you know, here, is in order to feel like a badass here, again, about yourself, instead of letting yourself sink into the vibe of I'm unwanted, is to give to others. The more you feel inside rejection is the more you should give to others, because it's going to come back to you tenfold, or even here, sixfold plus threefold. Oh wait, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1 here, 10. I know that's not the one card, but we're doing a funsy math. But yeah, so next time you're feeling like rejected by a lover or a friend or even a coworker, or you posted something online and somebody had a nasty comment, and that's, you know, a form of rejection as well, is to turn around. And it's not to say, you know, pretend everything is all hunky-dory. You know, of course we have to look at our feelings as valid, you know, feel through all the feels, as they say. But, you know, as you're feeling that, remember that there are other people out there who may feel as you do. And it would mean the world to them if you turned around and did an act of kindness. And you notice that your mood will start to lift the more random acts of kindness that you do. And hopefully it becomes infectious, because those random acts of kindness will come back to you. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this reading, pile number 1. And yeah, let me know if you have any comments or questions. I'd be more than happy to hear them and respond. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome sauce rest of your day. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, don't forget to head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com, and to throw a little love my way, join in that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. All right, I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. All right, hey, pile number 2. Woo! Okay, so you have this yummy little candy corn over here. I know not everybody's a fan of candy corns, but I love me some candy corns. Okay, so what is it that you fear most? What do you fear? Ooh. All right, so let's turn our cards over. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Six of Cups. It's interesting. Oh, and we have another cup. We have a mug here. We have this is a 2 card, but we have 3 pens, but that kind of reminds me of swords. We have the, hold on, let's see, it's out of focus. We have the 8 of Swords, and we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I'm gonna spread these out so you guys can see all of them as well. So I want you guys to kind of jump in with your intuitive hits, you know, in the comments if you're feeling other things and you're seeing other things too, you know, definitely let me know, because all of us unique people have unique perspectives, and I love to hear them. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I'm getting it. So what I'm feeling here is this may be a person who I'm kind of feeling like a younger person. You know, you may be like, girl, I'm like 50. Okay, well, relative to, let's say, 100 years old, you're just a kid. I like to do everything relative to like 100 years old. So I see this as either you're starting out in adulthood, like this is the leap from high school to college, or college to, you know, everything else that awaits us in adulthood, or it's somebody who's making a leap into something that is totally new. So kind of like that, I feel that youthful vibe of maybe the Fool card, you know, jumping into a new venture. And with this, you know, this 6 of Cups is now, you know, with this, okay, we'll start back here. The Wheel of Fortune I see is like, you know, the wheel has turned, you're going into this new phase in your life, and the 6 of Cups is kind of a wistful, you know, kind of remembering younger times, or times when things were more simple, you know. So I feel that cups, you know, that kind of emotion. And then over here with the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, and these pens here, which also to me represent some swords, is kind of seeing this next phase as scary. You know, I don't know how it's going to be. So it's kind of like you're trapped in this little mental cage that you have. You know, it seems like the work that you're going to have to do next is really daunting, you know, again with these 9 of Swords, or sorry, 9 of Wands, where you're going to feel like it's, you know, it's just going to be like the daily grind that, you know, never ending, you know, alarm going off, hard work, coming home, exhausted, alarm goes off again, hard work, coming home, exhausted. You know, I feel like that's just the fear you have, that where you came from in childhood, or, you know, just a time in the past, things were more simple, and, you know, you didn't have so much responsibility. There you go. That's what I'm thinking. Responsibility. You didn't have so much responsibility on you, and you feel like you're being overwhelmed with responsibilities and what you're going to have to do, and your chores and your duties of this new phase in your life. So, okay, so we have that. I think we have your fear down. So you're going into a major change, a new phase. So either you're a young person going from high school to college to, you know, the workforce, or you are simply making a new transition, something that you haven't done before. And there's that fear of failure, of, you know, it just being so overwhelming with the responsibilities and things that you're going to have to face, that you're just, you know, looking back. So let's make this reading a little more helpful by giving us some cards. and how to redirect your energy and your focus so that maybe we can alleviate this fear of yours. All right, so I'm going to pull a few cards from my Green Witch Tarot. Let's see what we have here. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. We have the Page of Chalices. I like this card. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Let's bring this up here towards you guys. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands here. We have the Page of Chalices. And then we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so let's redirect your focus. To recap, feeling like this next phase is going to be a little bit too much. So, Okay. So what I'm seeing here is instead of looking at it like, oh my gosh, there's so much coming at me. With this Page of Chalices is more to look at it as this new phase that's coming at you is for you. You've manifested it. You manifested this new change. So yes, you know, it may be a little bit of a struggle, the Seven of Wands, at first, because it is something new. Something to focus on is that it's something that you manifested. You know, even if you're like, well, I didn't manifest this job, you know, I actually want to do something else in the future. This is your stepping stone. Okay, what you've been asking for, what you've been working towards, this could be a stepping stone, or it actually is the thing that you've been wanting to happen. So although yes, it does feel a little scary, and yes, it is going to require some work from you, you created this magic. And through that particular mindset, that creates more stability in the energy surrounding you. So you don't feel as scared. So you don't feel as overwhelmed. So it's just a redirection of your mindset, really. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any comments or questions on this particular reading. And yeah, if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And if you want to see me do something different, other things, then think about joining that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. And I thank you guys so much. I look forward to your comments, and I'll catch you all later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. All right. Pile number 3. What do you fear? What do you fear most? Oh. Okay, so put our little candy corn aside. I love candy corn. I don't know about you guys. Some people think it tastes like wax. I think it tastes like delicious. Okay, so let's see what kind of what kind of cards we have here. 5 of Cups. I'm going to move that candy corn off here. We have the Chariot. We have a mirror reflecting off of what appears to be an altar. We have an itchy sweater. We have the, it's getting kind of dark in here. We have the 5 of Wands, and we have the 5 of Hazards. That's a lot of 5s, you guys. So we have the 5, and there's 5 here. So 5 cups, 5 pentacles, 5 wands. The only thing we're missing is 5 swords. Good lordy. Okay. Oh, you know what I just realized? This card number with the altar on it is 5. So those of you into numerology, this is probably going to be very significant for you. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers of the card. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So first of all, 5s are, well, in numerology, and some people study different types of numerology, but for me, 5s are more of difficulties, but overcoming difficulties. So, okay, let's see. What do you fear most? So we have Five of Wands, which is our conflict. We have loss with the Five of Hazards. We have emotional loss with the Five of Cups. Chariot, movement of time. Reflection. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. As if you guys can read what's in my brain. Hey, maybe you can. What I'm seeing here is you're afraid of losing people, losing stuff, of losing things, but mostly I feel like losing people in your life. Like that's I mean, that's a very valid fear. That's a fear that I have as well. But I feel like it plays largely in your life. You know, so you may overcompensate, you know, buying people things or spending time or telling people how much you love them, just because there's that fear that you may not have another moment with them. But, you know, that's where I see with this lonely sweater, you know, that it kind of represents like it belonged to somebody, but that somebody is no longer there. Everything is just a reflection now. It's just a memory. And this Chariot moving forward, that people moving out of your life, it could be metaphorically leaving, but I feel it more as death, you know, people dying and never coming back. But so like if you're hearing this, it could be for some of you the fear of people moving out of your life and never returning. And it could be the fear of actually physically losing people from this plane of existence. Okay, so we have figured out your fear. So now we're going to take our Green Witch Tarot. We're going to try to redirect your energy with this. So you have a fear of losing people. So how can we redirect our energy? How can we redirect our focus? How can we turn this into a positive? We have the Nine of Athames, which is like our nightmares, our anxieties. And then we have the Ace of Chalices, which is like a new emotional beginning. And I'm going to pull one more card. That's the Seven of Wands. Very interesting. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to help bringing the cards up because it's a little dark. But yeah, so let's keep it down here where we have some candlelight. Okay, so how can we redirect these anxieties into this? Okay, here's what I'm getting. With the people that you hold dear, with the people that you're afraid of losing, instead of sitting around and, you know, having that, you know, oh my gosh, you know, this could be the last dinner I have with them, or this could be the last time I say goodbye, or it could be this. Instead, try to create even more memories with these people, meaning to involve them in the things that you do. So, you know, maybe they don't know that you read tarot, or maybe they didn't even know you were a painter, but the more you involve people into your life, the more they are woven into your memories, and they become a part of your energy, you know, instead of, you know, and some of you may be moms, you may be dads, aunts, uncles, godparents, whatever, but weave their energy into creating even more memories. Instead of sitting back from afar and saying, I don't want that person to ever leave me, bring them into your space. And of course, as we know, on this plane of existence, these bodies do have an expiration date. But what will be left is their energetic imprint as they've woven themselves into your life, and just created memories that will last until, well, one day when you are no longer on this plane of existence. So yes, you know, you may have these anxieties, and yes, you know, all of us, you know, at some point we do think about, you know, our mortality and the mortality of others. But one way to kind of just redirect the energy of, oh my gosh, I might lose that person, is, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be awesome if this person did this with me today? Or we went out to brunch today, or we had a cup of tea together today, or, you know, maybe we painted the town red, you know, whatever it may be. So yeah, I hope you guys found this reading helpful. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And if you want to throw a little love my way and you want to see me do other things, then head over to patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. And that's it from me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. This is pile number 4. So hey, pile number 4. So if you've chosen pile number 4, we're going to be looking into what it is that you fear. What do you fear most? So we're going to put our candy corn off to the side here. And let's take a look into what it is that you fear. What do you fear most? We have the Hierophant. Interesting. We have the 7 of Cups. Some choices here. Ooh, we have the phases of the moon. And we have a little sparkler here. That's interesting. We have the, let's bring it in so you guys can see. We have the Ace of Hazards, which is like the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the World. Okay, let's put these down so you guys can see the layout of the cards. And you guys can put your own little intuitive hits into this. You know, leave me comments too if you got other tidbits. Okay, what do you fear most? What is it that you fear? Okay, I'm kind of getting the feeling of you might be a person that likes to think of like the butterfly effect. You know, that if I make the wrong choice, you know, this could have a ripple effect and, you know, it could affect so many other lives. It's almost like you might really think hard on every maybe decision you make. It's almost like, do I cut the red wire or the green wire or the blue wire or the yellow wire? I don't know what wire I'm supposed to cut, but making a lot of the decisions that you make into extreme decisions. And so kind of feeling like whenever you're on your own to make maybe some larger decisions without somebody there to tell you what the right decision is, that you're afraid that like you single-handedly are like going to bring down the destruction of the world. I mean, that's really extreme. But I feel like that's an anxiety you may have, is just fearing that if I do something wrong, like this is gonna hurt somebody somehow, or this is gonna have like detrimental effects for like a long period of time, you know, with these many moons here, like this is gonna have a lasting effect. And okay, so we know your fear then. So without somebody else taking charge and saying what's right, what's wrong, this is the decision you should make, you should do this, that when you're in charge of that, you feel very uncomfortable with that kind of responsibility, and it feels like you might well in your own mind might end up destroying or hurting other people's futures, their paths, their whatever, because of the decisions that you have made. Okay, so we're going to use the Green Witch Tarot to redirect our energy, our focus, and our thought process to have a little more positive spin on our fear. So let's alleviate some of that fear, that other 4-letter F word. And let's turn this around, okay? So we have the High Priestess. I like that card. We have the 9 of Athenaeus, which is, you know, apropos. And we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. So let me put these cards off to the side. Oh my gosh, other cards keep trying to fall out, but we're going to go ahead and go with these 3 cards. Okay, so I don't know if that makes it any better getting closer to the camera, but we have the High Priestess. We have the 9 of Athenaeus, which is like the 9 of Swords, and then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. In order to alleviate this anxiety of like, oh my gosh, there's so much pressure when I have to make these decisions, and they feel like really big decisions to me, and you know, I could, you know, end up destroying something, or I could mess something up royally, is next time you make a decision, yes, you may still feel this way, but I say, if you have to pretend you're somebody else as you're making this decision, you know, do a little role play, a little character play. Helped me when, you know, I was teaching for the first time, because I was like, there's no way kids are going to listen to me because I look like I'm 12, you know, when I was like 23. So, is do a little role play. Think of what a steadfast, firm, forthright, decision-making person may look like, sound like, and walk like, and move like. And move like that person. The next time you have to make that decision, try to step into that character. And for now, just think of it as a character. And as you do that, you'll notice that your energy moves a little bit more. You're like, oh, that felt kind of good. And you realize that the world didn't implode, you didn't hurt anybody, and things turned out okay. Things were okay. Because this is actually you following your intuition. It's you stepping into the role of the person that you are inside, but you just haven't tapped into yet. So I want you to keep stepping into this as if it was a character, and you'll notice that you'll start to move a little bit more, a little bit more. You'll start to feel a little more confident, a little more codependent on other people making decisions for you. And you'll definitely, eventually, step into this character as you. You are the high priestess. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. You know, you will step firmly into this character because that's who you're meant to be. Okay? You just haven't seen it yet. So for now, play the role. All right, so I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you have any comments or questions on this reading, feel free to put that down below, and I'd be more than happy to respond. And yeah, if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And don't forget to join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. Yeah, throw a little love my way, and you get lots of freebies in the process. And that would be Wally playing with Loki's toys. All right, so that's it for me, spiritual homies. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.